Good day and welcome to Diksha. My name is Omkar, and on today's program, we will be discussing meditation, the pros and the cons. So, before we begin discussing the pros and cons of meditation, we will first look at the meditation process, given a definition and given a brief explanation on what exactly happens, and then we can look at the pros and the cons. So, a lot of people think of meditation as the practice of sitting quietly or relaxing the mind, trying to push thoughts out of the mind. And that definition is somewhat vague in terms of what you are trying to achieve, or what is the goal of meditation. So a lot of us are familiar with the Om mantra, the sound of Om, and in the Om symbol lies somewhat the definition of meditation, which is we have in the symbol one curve represents the waking state or fully conscious state. The other curve represents the dream state. The third curve represents the deep sleep state. And this dot represents the self. Now, basically, what it's saying is that our self is totally separate from our three states of consciousness. And that's this line here, showing that there's a separation of the self, completely separated from the three states of consciousness. Meditation is a process used, well, I shouldn't say process, practice used to become aware of ourself. So, now there's a lot of literature and discussions and discourses on all of this. So I'm not going to go into all of this. This is just to lay the foundation for the topic at hand, which is the pros and cons of meditation. Now, what we have to remember is meditation's point or goal is to become aware of ourselves. Now, where is the self? Now, well, we saw from the Om symbol that the self is totally separate from us, but the self is us. It's, we can say, within the body or within our conscious mind, within our psyche. We can use a lot of definitions, a lot of phrases to say where it is, but the point is to become aware of ourselves. Now, in yoga, we are aware of the system whereby, or through meditation, we become aware of the system whereby we have our various energy centers. Now, while meditating, according to yoga, there are 7 energy centers. One at the base of the spine, one at the sexual organ, one at the navel, one at the heart, 3, 4, one at the throat, at the eyebrow, and top of the head. Now, in the various yoga traditions, these are called chakras. And again, there's various literature defining what these are and giving you breakdowns on each one of them. But basically, what these are areas of consciousness of ourselves, where we become aware. Now, wherever the self is located, I'm not trying to say the self is located in any one particular part of the body, but what it is a different field of consciousness of ourselves. So, as I say, the root chakra, we become aware of our connection to the world or to the physical realm. I think it's sacral, or the sexual chakra, we become aware of the energies of procreation. So we become more aware of our male and female energies. Navel chakra, become more aware of dynamic energy in the world. So we become more aware of movement. So at the heart, we become more aware of our emotions, whether positive or negative, but we become more conscious. At the throat, we become more aware of the nature of the world. Now, it's different from the root, which is because we become more aware of our position in our environment. But at the throat, we become more aware of the nature of things in the world. At the brow, we develop more from here, which is we become more aware of the systems or the nature of the world, but then we're bridging now, becoming aware of ourselves. And at the top of the head is where we become fully conscious of ourself in its truest nature. Now, this is what is described in, for example, Kundalini Yoga and the yogas that deal specifically with chakras. What I'm saying is that these are when we become conscious of aspects of our self, of our nature. So, in our Om symbol, where we are given a representation of where the self is situated, in terms of it is situated beyond what we perceive in our waking, our dreaming, and even while in deep sleep. We become aware while waking, or probably even while dreaming or in deep sleep. We become aware of various aspects of our nature within ourselves. So this is in a way representing this. Now, this is where we have covered the theory of meditation. Strictly theoretical and in a sense practical. In this end, we have covered the theory of what the meditation process holds within it. Now, pros. The pros of meditation are obvious. Well, by becoming more aware of ourselves, we can enjoy life to a greater degree. Obviously. By becoming fully aware of our different aspects of ourselves, we begin to fully enjoy the different aspects of ourselves. and the various parts of life become an enjoyable experience rather than a burden. Now, the con or the downfalls of meditation is that I think we begin meditation with preconceptions. Now, we may begin meditation not knowing what to expect. We may have ideas from reading or videos or hearing experiences from people, but we never really know what to expect when we begin meditation. And it's easy to become distracted from the slightest elevation of awareness of a particular facet. So, from a simple heightened awareness of where we sit in the world, a heightened awareness of sexual energy, heightened awareness or being better able to use dynamic energy, more aware of emotion, more aware of the nature of the world, and linking to the self. But from here, where we begin to get glimpses of the self, it's very easy to become distracted thinking that we have elevated ourselves to this point, when we are really, in terms of, if we use this as a roadmap, we are really merely having glimpses on the way to self-realization. So that's one of the drawbacks, or one of the pitfalls. Another one, or another pitfall on the part of meditation, is when we lose awareness of one particular area in favor of another. So, for example, we may tend to shun our animalistic nature or sexual nature or even more energetic nature in favor of a more, let's say, transcendental nature, or a more light-headed, we can even say, nature. And you'll find that when this happens, the people, they can't seem to find a place in the world. They can't connect with people. They seem to, well, even want to sit and meditate all day rather than be dynamic in the world, which is not functional. So this is the other major pitfall, is that we tend to neglect or shun away from the things we don't desire. Now, one major downside to this is that these are part of ourselves. It's not separate. It's not something we can shun in favor of anything else. All these are within ourselves. So we cannot be complete without these natures. And it is not true self-realization if these are not properly developed. As I said, in any reading on chakras or kundalini energies or meditation will give you more detail on what they call negative aspects or negative energies in the chakras. However, what we tend to classify as being negative is really issues which we need to face in order to progress further. And the sooner we accept these and work on rectifying them, the simpler and easier and quicker the journey to self-realization is. Now, I think a lot of people don't realize this, and they want to rush the process, and in rushing the process get held back because they're unwilling to face issues which may arise in any of these, because they think they can simply bypass these in favor of the higher ones. And by higher, I just mean the ones that come up further along, because you cannot be realistic. You cannot realistically expect to deal with a major issue here when you can't deal with a major issue here. That's a simple science of meditation. So, I hope this video cleared up any questions people may have on meditation, or people who wanted to put a little bit of a definition to what I think is a vague idea on what meditation is. Simply put, it's a journey to the self.